Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the biggest mistakes you can make on Carnival Cruise Lines.
Okay, so the first mistake you can make is when you're booking your room. You can book a room in a good location or in a bad location. And one of the worst locations is booking that room under the gym or under the sport court because people in the gym are there early. And they are using weights, like free weights, and they are dropping them on the floor and waking up everybody below them.
Yeah, and there's actually signs in the gym, right where the weights, the free weights are, that says, you know, do not drop the weights on the floor. There are rooms below. They do have mats and stuff, but I think we all know that people are going to drop them.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear them moving around, people dragging and moving the benches. So it is going to be uncomfortable. I mean, I guess if it's the last room left on the boat, but if you can avoid it, make sure you look at that map because that's really important to stay away from that. And the sport court, you know, the sound travels, you know, down below. So make sure that you look and see what is above 1 or 2 levels above your room when you're choosing because it's going to be really important.
Second mistake is not fully researching the drink packages before you get on board. You're going to want to know whether you want the drink package before you get on board because you can buy it sometimes at a discount versus buying it after you've been on board for a day or two and you realize, you know what, this would be cheaper if I had the drink package. We, on our last cruise, saw several people do that. They were on day 2 and they realized we're buying a lot of drinks, but they did not refund them the day 1 drink.
Right.
So they were actually paying for their first day's drinks and then the entire drink package. Yeah. So go ahead and look up the prices of the drinks. Find out how much you are going to drink in a day and see if that's going to be worth it. If it is, go ahead and buy it beforehand so you can just start right when you get on board.
Exactly. That is a huge mistake people make.
Yeah. To go along with drinks, when you get on the Carnival, the first day you get on, you'll see tons of people walking around with the 12 packs of Coke or Mountain Dew, and that's fine. People bring those as part of their carry-on luggage, and then you can just put those in your room. If you're not getting the drink package, but you like to drink a soft drink once or twice a day, just bring a 12-pack of Coke or whatever your favorite drink is. Carry it right on the boat.
Yeah, and you are allowed one 12-pack per cabin. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're going to bring one. And it has to be completely sealed, so it can't be partially opened or just bring like 5 or 10. It has to be sealed in the box, in the package, to get it through security and onto the ship.
Another mistake is paying too close of attention to your check-in time. So Carnival has started issuing people a check-in time to get to the boat and check in to make it faster, and that does make a lot of sense. But what ends up happening is you have a 1 p.m. check-in time, and your hotel says you got to check out at 11 a.m.
Right.
So what do you do for those 2 hours? Well, in our opinion, you just go to the port, get in line, and they'll let you right on the boat most of the time anyway. That is what happened to us on our last cruise. We got there at 11, and we actually were on board within 15, 20 minutes after getting to the port.
It was and that included getting shuttled to the actual ship from the port itself.
Ridiculously fast, and you know, we could have just waited around in the hotel lobby for 2 hours, but that would have been a waste. Because we were on the boat way earlier than our check-in time.
Before our check-in time.
Even indicated,
For sure.
Next mistake people make is not booking their internet package ahead of time. There is a discount for booking ahead of time, and you know you're going to use the internet if you're going to use it. If you're not going to use it, you probably know that too. So waiting to get on board is only going to cost you more money.
Right.
So there's really no reason to wait on that. If you're going to use the internet, go ahead and book it.
You can get Wi-Fi at some of the ports for free or maybe at the restaurants. And Carnival does also have an app that you can kind of text with family members on the boat or whoever you want to on the boat to communicate. But definitely pay for your internet package beforehand if you're going to get that.
Another mistake, if you like peace and quiet, is missing out on the thermal suites. That's one of your favorites, so I'll let you talk about that.
Definitely. It's what I love about thermal suite is that they limit the number of passes that they sell, so it's not open to just everyone. So it's never going to be overcrowded. And as a matter of fact, we've gotten it on the last few cruises that we've been on, and I've never felt like it was ever overcrowded. As a matter of fact, it always felt like it was pretty empty in there, and you've got access to the wet sauna, the dry sauna. You have a great view from the thermal suite. Actually, you get discounts on the spa services. I mean, I could go on and on. You get so much for the thermal suite for the cost of it. Now that's also one that you would want to, if you can, try to purchase ahead of time, because oftentimes they do also offer a discount, so that would be a good one also to look out for.
Or they could sell out. So
also true, yeah.
Next one would be, don't be afraid to order an extra dessert or an extra entree, either if you didn't like what you got or if you just couldn't decide, right?
Yes, for sure. I think one night for sport, our daughter and Rob ordered how many desserts?
We got like 3 or 4. But it was at the request of the waiter. We really couldn't decide. It was the last night of the cruise, and he said, "Well, why don't you just get them all?" And so we were like, "Sure." So they really don't mind if you get more than one dessert. If you're hungry, you can just go to the buffet anyway. So they're gonna feed you. They have plenty of food. If you can't decide, just get one of each. It's not that big of a deal.
And if you've ordered an entree and you just don't like it, because they do offer things that they want you to try some new things, especially Carnival started offering kind of these off-the-wall type meals at each dinner. I mean, some of them were like, cow tongue or just random things, and maybe you want to try it, but you probably don't want to eat the whole thing for your meal, so you can order that and still order a regular entree. So you do have options. Now, we're not encouraging you, obviously, to waste a bunch of food, but if you don't want it, then don't eat it. Get something that you would rather eat. That's just the way it is.
Another one would be booking expensive shore excursions that you could easily do on your own. So
that's a big one.
For instance, the last cruise we were on, we went to Nassau. You get off the boat, there is a sign right there that says it's $4 to get in a cab and go to the beach. So you could also do that through the shore excursion desk, and it's $50.
Right.
Now you might get a little bit of food, and you don't have to arrange your cab, but it's really not that hard, and it's literally a mile away from the boat. So it's you're not in any danger of missing the boat. These are easy ones where you could spend $10 to $15 instead of $100 and save your money for a different day, a different excursion.
Yeah, definitely. Another one is not bringing cash, not having enough cash on you ahead of time. A couple of times we've tried to use the ATM in the casino and it's not been working. The only other way you can get cash on the boat if you don't have any is through the attendants at the casino, but you can only go there when the casino is open, which means you can only go when the boat is at sea. So you would have to plan ahead if you were going to try to get cash. You could obviously get cash as well as at one of the ports, but if you're wanting to have it and not worry about, oh, what if, my card doesn't work? What if it eats my card? Whatever, just erase all of that and just bring cash with you.
Another one would be to check into your parking options before you get to the cruise port, because the terminal obviously is going to be quite expensive. Generally about $20 a day or so. On our last cruise, we cruised out of Charleston, South Carolina. We got a hotel for $70 for the night before, and they let us park our car there for free for the entire 5-night cruise that we were on. So the hotel was actually less than we would have paid just to park at the terminal. We need to get a hotel anyway. We'll have a video coming up soon kind of explaining your parking options in different places, so subscribe if you want to see that, because you can really save or waste a lot of money on parking. And then another one is to make sure that the price of your cabin has not dropped drastically after you book the cruise. And you're really kind of at their mercy if you go ahead and pay the full cabin price right when you book it, because you're locked in. But sometimes you can get away with paying just a $100 deposit on a cabin, and if that's the case, before you pay off the entire cabin, make sure that the cruise price hasn't dropped, and you can lock in a better deal.
Yeah.
That's happened several times where we've gotten quite a bit of a better deal, and even gotten a cabin upgrade at the same price or lower price than we had originally booked.
Yeah.
So make sure you check in on that to save quite a bit of money.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we hope this has been a helpful video for you. If it has, give us a comment, a like, and a subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.